The Sal Sirchia Show, the mayor of rock and roll.
Hey, folks, here we go again. This is show number 17. Welcome, everybody, to the Sal Sirchia Show every Sunday night right here on Blog Talk Radio with Joanne, baby. Mathis. How do you say, Joanne? I always screw that up. Mathis Radio?
Mathis Media Hub Radio.
See, I knew it was right on the tip of my tongue, and it wouldn't roll off. It was like Mathis. See, I still can't say it right. It's one of those things like
radio.
saying...
It's like a she sells seashells by the seashore sort of thing.
Yeah, that I could say pretty good, though. To me, it's like saying cinnamon. Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Oh, yeah, I can't say that either.
Cinnamon. Now, we got a great show here, folks. I've been promoting it all week. A lot of excitement. People like, oh, yeah, I know that guy. I seen that movie. Oh, yeah. Assault on Precinct 13th. Oh, yeah, Battle from the Planet of the Apes. I saw that when I was a kid in the movies. So, we have Austin Stoker, our guest tonight. He's a great actor. He's been in, like, tons and tons and tons of TV shows and movies and been acting since 1969, maybe even before that. But I know he started, on the Mob Squad on the TV show. Remember Mob Squad?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, I love the Mob Squad.
Yeah.
But I was on that.
Oh, Austin is here. Okay, I thought we were still waiting for Austin. Why even talk about it anymore? Brother Austin, how we doing?
I never left. I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Oh, Joanne, I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, I just put him in.
Oh, okay. It was like a second ago. See, while the introduction was going.
Yeah.
I'm hanging loose, as usually Joanne likes when I say I'm hanging loose like a long-haired goose.
I love it.
And
I just...
God, Austin,
Hello?
you sound great. What's happening? Austin is in California, baby, so it's
yes,
probably still daylight.
Home of the stars and home of the brave. We're brave enough to try to be... What's up?
Oh, man, what's going on? I mean, you're the man. I mean, now, Austin, I was just telling people right before, I said 1969. Were you acting before that, or was that actually very beginning of acting in 69?
I was acting since I was about 6 years old.
So you were in a lot of stuff that you weren't credited in? Is that why, like on IMDb, they go back to 1969?
Going back when I was a child, there was nothing, to be credited in. It was just school plays and local stuff,
Oh, right. So you were acting in that kind of stuff. Gotcha.
Go ahead.
Right. You weren't in any TV shows or movies yet as a kid, though.
As a kid, no. Because when I was a kid, there was no TV yet.
Wait a minute now. Wait. You're only 28, aren't you?
Yes.
I mean, I'm 21. So you're not that much older than me.
There you go.
Joanne, are you a big fan of Brother Austin?
Where's Joanne?
I don't know. She's probably taking all of...
Here I am right here, and yes, I am a big fan. So how are you?
Joanne. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Austin's, a lot of great movies, man. But you did so many TV shows as well. Like, I can't believe, I didn't even realize it. Me and Austin, are very good friends. We met maybe about 6, 7, maybe longer, maybe 10 years ago, in one of the Chiller conventions, and we remain friends and keep in touch all the time since then. And I never really knew that you were on Love American Style.
Yeah, but you know what's funny, Sal, to be honest with you? A lot of those shows I did, I don't remember. Like Robin was showing me something the other day, a show that I was in on television, and I don't remember being on the show.
Really?
Wow.
What? When you do so many things, you do so much stuff, it's easy to forget a couple of them,
I said, I don't remember being in that show. Well, it was very strange, but that happens sometimes, Go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's like, even me, I've forgotten some of the little things I've done here and there. And I thought, I did work on that show too. I forget myself, unless it's a really, really big roles. I mean, and you're a star of a lot of movies. You know, you starred in. I have some DVDs right over here. I got my own DVDs. I have Assault on Precinct 13. That was a great movie, and I have the title changed. Combat Cops.
Combat Cops
became what? Zebra Killers.
Zebra Killer. Zebra Killer and Combat Cops were the same director, William Girdler.
It's the same movie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the same movie. They just changed the name later on. But Combat Cops is Zebra Killer, see?
Yes,
I know
there was one title in the United States and had another title for London and parts of Europe. For whatever reason, I don't know.
The
awful thing about that to me was I was great friends with the director, who was younger than me, but our birthdays were like a day apart in the same month, of course. Mm-hmm. And he said to me one time, he said, anything I do from now on, you're going to have a starring role in it. I said, great, thank you. I told him, I said, wow, I found my Steven Spielberg. And then the guy goes to shoot in Hawaii, and the helicopter crashes, and I lose him.
Oh, wow, no kidding, huh?
William Girdler, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Crashed in Hawaii.
Oh, what a bad head. I didn't know that. And his name was what?
William Girdler. Was from Louisville, Kentucky. Young guy. He was like late 20s, early 30s, you know. Oh, our birthdays were like 2 days apart in the same month. I'm October 7th. He was like October 5th, I think, or October 9th, something like that, you know.
And were you guys the same age?
Yeah, about the same, not the same age in terms of years, but in terms of date. They were very nice. We got along so well, and I worked with him in Louisville, Kentucky. We did a couple of films there. And he said, from now on, man, you got a starring role. After this movie I'm doing here, I forgot what the title of it was, you got a role from now on. I said, great. And then I get a call from a police officer in Louisville, Kentucky, who was a friend of his, and said, Austin, are you sitting down? I said, what are you talking about, Michael? He said, Bill Girdler died. Just like that. Said, yeah, it was, scouting locations, and the helicopter went down, and we lost him.
Man. And what year was that?
I don't remember what year that was. It was in the 70s time. Yeah, sometime around there, It was in the 70s.
Not to change the subject, in that movie Combat Cop, I couldn't believe, I was like, there's a scene where you're walking down the street, and you're walking and you're passing by a movie theater, and the movie theater says it's playing the Hong Kong Cat. I cannot believe that. That was the first Kung Fu movie I ever saw that came to America. Everybody else it was Five Fingers of Death. My first movie was the Hong Kong Cat, and in this movie Combat Cops, you're walking and down the street, and there's a movie theater, and it says now playing the Hong Kong Cat. I almost fell off my chair.
I don't remember seeing that. So that you saw that on the screen, right? That was shown?
Yeah, it's in the actual movie. You're walking down the street.
Right.
There's a train. I think you're walking underneath the train station, and right above you, you're walking past the movie house with the marquee, and it says playing the Hong Kong Cat. So that was like 1972 or 3, around that area that movie came out.
Now, do you know that they're using the word cat to describe the guy or to describe an animal?
No, to describe the guy, the Hong Kong Cat.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Classic stuff, brother. And no,
man, that was big time back then, huh?
Now, you have to bring that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said you got to bring it back. Got to bring back that kind of stuff.
I've been trying to. Like I don't know if you noticed on Facebook. I've been putting up pictures from Times Square, 42nd Street in the 70s with all the movie theater marquees and all the Kung Fu movies were playing and the blaxploitation movies all the time. It's like I love that whole scene. Even though, like, I was talking to Donnie Kerr, and he even said, even though it was a great time, it was kind of a scary time.
Who were you talking to?
Oh, Donnie Kerr.
I don't think I know him.
Yeah, he's an actor also. He's in that play right now, The Jersey Boys. He's one of the guys.
New York, okay.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine, and he flipped out over a few of the pictures I put up there, And, so I've been I always like that feeling, too, of going back into those days. That's why when I watch some of your movies, like I have Abby, Happy
So we
another
feel part over the thing you put up there too. Yeah, look at Sal again. Look at.
Now let's talk about. We're going to talk about some of the older stuff you've done, but I see you did something new recently too, right?
But you know what? It's hard for me to remember. I don't know if it's hard for me, but I just don't remember a lot of the old stuff I did back then in those years. You know?
Yeah. So I don't want to blow your mind and make you crazy trying to remember what was happening on the set in those days. Even I remember parts that you don't remember. You don't remember walking under the marquee with the Hong Kong cat.
You actually saw that?
Yeah, it's in the movie. I have it right here. I have the DVD in my hand. Listen. It's called Combat Cops, and there's two guys. It says Savage and Wilson are combat cops. A hard way to live and an easy way to die. Starring Austin Stoker.
Yeah, but I remember that particular scene necessarily, you know.
Oh yeah. And I have the DVD that I have actually has the old original movie theater poster where there's a cop dead on the floor and you're like right above him looking upwards.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that poster, the artwork?
Yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah,
and of course, I remember very, very clearly the director, William Girdler, who was so young, and his career was cut short. No time at all.
That's a shame. And was this the only movie you guys did together, or did you do any others before that?
We did the one with Pam Grier, Sheba Baby.
Oh, Sheba, I have it right here. That's one of my favorites. Oh, he did that too, huh?
Those are the two pictures I did with him, Sheba Baby and Combat Cops. And he said I got to go to Hawaii to do a film. I already had that, booked and everything. And after that, all my films from now on, you got to roll in it. I said, okay, Bill. And the funny thing was, we shared the thing that we was of the same birth date. Not the same year, of course, but the same date, October 7th, whatever it was. So we had that in common.
And the drag is you had to get such bad news on your birthday, which is the same birthday as his, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't die on his birthday, though, did he?
Not on his birthday. It wasn't on his birthday. But one of the things that we bonded was due to the fact we had the same kind of tastes about things and same kind of habits, being of the same, birth time, I'm October 7th. He was October the 8th. And, we share that in common. We thought of life. Time he'd come into L.A., he'd call me, we'd go have lunch and, kick it and have fun. Really nice guy.
Yeah, it's a drag. I mean, it's so sad when, you meet somebody like that and you're working together and things are looking good. Oh, man, we got, like a team, and then all of a sudden that kind of tragedy happens. That's a real drag, a bad head. Like you said, you met your Steven Spielberg. It's like every movie he's going to make you the star of, and it's like, how great is that? And then something like that happens.
It's interesting how we never thought that those films would hold up for so long. They were doing at the time.
Oh well, I'm sorry.
Who knew they would hold up? And they used scenes from Battle in the Academy Award-winning Argo. Remember that?
Yeah.
They used a scene from Battle of the Planet of the Apes. With me, thank God I got residuals.
No kidding.
Are you aware of that?
No, I didn't know.
Yes, there's a scene with what's the actor's name?
You're talking about Argo, the one with Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck, yes.
Okay, I didn't see that whole movie. I saw half of it. Actually, the Screen Actors Guild had sent it to me.
He's talking to his son on the telephone, and then they show his son watching. Okay, they show his son watching a television show, and it's Battle of the Planet of the Apes, and I'm walking across the screen, and that's where he got the idea to get the hostages that were held in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they got the idea to do that.
No good.
The reason why they got him out of Iran.
Well, that's very, very interesting, and there's tons of people. But every Sunday, the people that are tuning in on the show, it goes into the thousands. I mean, we've had 12,000, 13,000 people worldwide listening. So this is kind of cool stuff, because I'm sure there's a lot of fans of yours right now that are hearing some interesting stuff that I didn't know that either.
Yeah, of course. You don't know who the fans are, you know. I mean, I get mail from Germany all over the place.
Oh yeah, well yeah, everybody knows you. I mean, movies, The Battle of the Planet of the Apes is classic stuff, and Sheba Baby and Assault on Precinct 13, and so much more. I mean, you're in tons of that. You've been working on something new too. What is the name of this movie? Descension? What's it called? Decentation? Decentation?
Descension. Yeah, that's a friend of mine who is a writer. He moved out of L.A. years ago. He lives in the Midwest somewhere, and I have his address and phone number. And he's a very, very good writer, screenwriter. And he's been working on this for quite a while, you know. And I get email from him every once in a while. And he is dead set on it that when he gets this thing done, I'm going to star in it. He's never given up on me, you know. And
you're playing Brother Malcolm. See, I always call you Brother Austin, but you're going to be playing Brother Malcolm.
Brother Malcolm, yes.
And what is...
Not the bad Malcolm, the good Malcolm.
The Malcolm.
Of course, bad, they try to criticize him as being bad.
Ah. So this is in pre-production, yeah?
Yes, that's in pre-production.
Now you have another one in post-production. I guess you finished that one called Shish, or is that how you call it? Shish?
Something like that.
Like
no, a young producer here, and he's trying to get this done. So, you know, he had me some time, help him out when he wants to submit certain scenes, and I go do the voicing for him, you know. Yeah. I did it just weeks ago, as a matter of fact, in one of the scenes in the show. I don't know how successful he's going to be in getting it done. I haven't read the whole script. I don't know what it's about. All I know is the title so far is SHHHHHH, something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly S and 4 H's. So I was like, shh, right. Oh, shh, oh, shh, shh, oh, she. I guess you could do it any way you want, but I think it's shh, like being shushed, be quiet kind of thing.
To do that part.
So yeah, you're doing a lot of stuff, man. I mean, and I just discovered this. I'm going to buy it. I have a friend of mine that's going to get it for me. Horror High. I never knew about that movie. 1974. You did a movie called Horror High and star of that. You don't remember?
Robin had told me that come on late nights.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, this is on DVD. It's very rare.
I know it's on DVD.
Yeah. It's on DVD. I looked on Amazon.com, also on eBay, and it's they have it brand new. And I love the artwork, and I saw the trailer, and it looks like a real fun horror 1970s horror film, and it's starring you.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, you there?
Yeah.
What happened? You got another call?
I'd done an interview. Things are falling off my lap here. I'd done an interview. Forget who the people were, that involved a discussion on that film. So I did that so long ago in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's still alive. You know.
I never heard of it until recently. I didn't even know you did that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with it, but it's been so many years ago. But I guess
it's on DVD. It's on DVD. You look on Amazon.com or eBay, and the DVD came out, and it's selling for like $24.99. Plus, if you look on YouTube, there's quite a few people doing reviews about it. They're talking about the movie. They're showing the DVD box cover. You should check that out.
Now, what title are they using there?
Oh, it's called Horror High.
Horror High.
Horror High. Now, how about, Joanne, did you know Austin was also in the movie Airport 75? It was shot in 74, but it came out in 72. The movie was called 1975, Airport.
You know what Horror High was about?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, tell me a little bit about Horror High because I'm going to get it anyway.
It was about a high school where this one kid who was probably, badly treated at home in his upbringing and so on. And he was a big problem because he was out there trying to kill people. So they brought the police in to straighten him out, which was me. And I had to come in and kick his butt.
Yeah, no, look, I want to get it. I love the artwork on it. It's like kind of green and, really 70s, that kind of look. I love those kind of, I just want to, like, those box covers freak me out. Sometimes somebody, you know, I just love the artwork on certain movies, and that's why I freak out with a lot of the '70s films. The artwork, the posters from the marquees and all that. I love that stuff. I grew up with that, and you know.
I think some of that should be done again. You know, I mean, they're always remaking stuff anyway. I think they should. The original people should try to remake Horror High. Let's do it. Let's bring it up to date. You know, because you look at a film, you know, as an actor, you look at stuff, and then you look in retrospect. You look and you say, "Gee, you know, I could have done better on that scene. I could have done this instead of that. I could have done so and so. I shouldn't have done this." You know, and you tear yourself apart. And I don't know any actor who does not do that. You're never satisfied.
Oh yeah, well that's in both.
Again,
yeah,
I love to redo Horror High.
Yeah, maybe we could do that. Maybe we got to do it. I want to be in this movie too. Being I'm in a lot of horror movies myself, I got to be in the Horror High with Brother Austin, baby.
Be great. That'd be great.
That would be nice. Yeah,
yeah, we'll get Joanne in there. Joanne, would you want to be the chick that like me and Austin like, you know, cut up in pieces and that type of thing? You know, those kind of flesh.
I would love to do that. I would love it.
Yeah, baby, yeah. It looks like Joanne's going to be cut up and put in a big bag. Oh, that's terrible.
Yep.
Well, you know, that's what these horror movies are all about, slasher and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sold by the bag.
Yeah. And Brother Austin, you know, you forget about it. Yeah, Austin, we were talking. I was telling Joanne before that for a lot of fans out there, and me and Austin talked about it before, would probably never believe that Austin is a Sicilian and Guyanese. Am I right?
Half Sicilian and Trinidadian.
Trinidad. That's what it is. What am I saying, Guyanese? From Trinidad,
yeah.
Right. So half Italian and half Trinidadian.
There you go.
Imagine that, and you look like you have that image, that you know, that perfect image.
The thing is, my dad was also Trinidad. He was born in Trinidad, but his parents were from Italy.
Wait, your dad was born in Italy?
No, my grandparents on my father's were from Sicily, but my dad was Trinidad. You know, so his ancestry and his racial stuff was from Italy, but he was born in Trinidad. There are a lot of
gotcha.
Sicilians, a lot of Italians in Trinidad, and I wondered about that many years ago. And I go on the map, and if you make a trace from Trinidad, Port of Spain, Trinidad, going to the west, and you come all the way down to Italy. No, I'm sorry, from Italy, and you go west from that point, and you come straight into Trinidad and Tobago. And I think that's why back in the 1800s and so on, a lot of farmers would migrate from Italy into the West Indies, into the Caribbean, and they ended up in Trinidad.
Wow.
Oh.
My father's people, I guess, were part of that. You know, the last name was Antoni, Antoni, Antoni. Hey, Antoni.
Well, when me and you first met, all we still up till today call each other Paisan. We do. Joanne, it's the truth. Me and Austin always call each other Paisan. Hey, Paisan.
Paisan.
Oh yeah.
Which means partner,
Nice.
right?
Yeah. Well, Paisan means well, you're both Italian. So if you say you're my Paisan, we're both Italian, or we're both Spanish. You know, it means that's the kind of thing. It's like we're both a certain kind of we're both the same nationality. In other words.
There's a lot of.
That's what Paisan means.
Yes.
It means of the same country.
Right.
Ah.
It's like fellow Italian, or fellow countryman.
Right. But that was a better way to put it. Absolutely. Hey, Joanne, do we have any commercials we have to do tonight?
Say what?
We have one.
Joanne. We have a commercial. Well, should we do it in a few minutes, or you want to wait till about 9:30 for the commercial?
9:30 will be good.
Perfect. This way we know what's happening. Yeah. Believe it or not, Austin, we get commercials on the internet radio too. You know.
I know it.
I'm trying to get some big. Matter of fact, I want to give a shout out to my good friend Fabian, that made that cool graphic. I don't know if you've seen it with the handwriting thing, saying the Sal Sirchia show, the mayor of rock and roll. It's like it's cool.
I love
you love
that.
LA, right, Joanne?
I love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, his name is Fabian Gustavo, and it's called Marketing Graphics Volt. He's probably listening, saying, "Yeah, Sal, thanks for plugging that." Yeah, he's tuning in right now. But he's also a big fan of Austin. Is what he told me. He goes, "Oh man, I'm definitely going to listen tonight." You know.
Well, let's tell him I enjoyed. Tell him my congratulations.
Oh yeah. Well, you're not going nowhere yet. We got a lot of talking to do here. We're just going to go through like a 1-minute commercial. You're not leaving us, are you?
No, I'm not.
I didn't think so. I said, my brother Austin's leaving me already. He can't be here. Especially you were on the $6 Million Man TV series. So let's tell us a little bit of Airport 75. That was a big, some serious cast in that movie, huh?
Quintin.
What was that?
On $6 Million Man, I was Mr. Quintin.
Oh yeah. Oh, yes, Mr. Quintin. But what about Airport 75? That was there was some serious actors in that movie with you there. A lot of big names.
Yes. Airport 75.
Charleston Heston, right?
Yes. We had a lot of fun doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, you worked alongside of.
You back in New York, you know, he got a lot of recognition from that because he had a major role.
Yeah, you had Karen Black, George Kennedy, right?
Mm-hmm, George Kennedy, yeah. We all were hanging out together in Salt Lake City, Utah. That's where we shot it.
Wow, I'm looking at it now, too. You had Sid Caesar in that movie. Linda Blair.
Yeah.
Helen Reddy.
Yeah.
What, am I wrong if I say it was Dean Martin in that movie, or am I dreaming?
Steve Martin? No.
No, Dean Martin.
Martin, no. Dean Martin.
Okay, that was another one. Yeah, it's Sid Caesar in there as well.
Sid Caesar, yes. Yeah.
And you had a
Gloria
good part
Swanson.
there, man.
Gloria Swanson in it.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they shot it over on different days. You know, we were like in Salt Lake City for like 2 weeks just to shoot for 2 days. You know. Eric Estrada.
So your scenes took 2 days?
No, just about 2 days. And we were there for over 2 weeks. You know, just waiting to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric Estrada, whom I knew from New York, you know, he had a good role in there too. He was one of the pilots in the plane.
Mm-hmm.
But we had fun.
Yeah, no, that's a classic. Every once in a while, I see the DVD. It's out there. You know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I see the DVD in stores sometimes. It's still the same exact artwork for the poster with the plane. You know, it says Airport 75.
Really?
Yeah, it's out there, sure. Yeah.
I've never seen that. I would look for that.
You don't have a copy of it, huh?
No, I'm going to check it out.
So,
doing that. You know, we just all together at the same hotel, you know, having fun and go out and shoot, come back, have meals, just hang out.
Yeah, they set you up, everybody up in the same hotel in Utah, that was?
Salt Lake City, Utah, yes.
Yeah.
And had someone go off and golf somewhere, you know.
Uh-huh.
But Eric Estrada and I, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, Austin was in also tons of stuff. The Incredible Hulk, Terror Among Us, Roots. Look at all this stuff. I'm looking at Jigsaw John,
Yeah, you
Return.
know, I don't remember when I actually did them. I see them, or I might see, you know, a scene from it or something, but I don't remember actually when I was there shooting it.
Oh, yeah. Well, the years are all on here. I mean, certain things like I was just reading off to you, like $6 Million Man, it had to be somewhere between 1975 and 77.
That was the first time that Robin was on a set with me when I first met her.
Robin, where is she? She in the background hanging out?
She's hanging out in here. She's in the kitchen.
I'm cooking dinner.
Oh, she's in the kitchen.
You're cooking dinner and listening to the show, huh?
Sal.
Yeah. How you doing, Robin?
I'm doing good. And, you know, thanks. This is great. I'm glad that you guys are able to communicate via internet and being so far away. I mean, we miss you in Austin. I guess we'll be getting to New York sometime in May, so hopefully we'll look you up. and we'll get our hang out.
That'd be, yes, please, don't forget, definitely call me, because, anytime we're near close by, we got to get together because, life is short and, we're not getting any younger, so we got to try to get together as much as possible.
Getting younger. I don't know about you guys.
I know you're young. Well, Austin's only 28.
Yeah, so, well, then I'm a baby.
I'm actually 38. Come on.
38 years old. Joanne, you're what now? 22, 23?
18.
Poor Joanne. She's probably busy taking calls. Actually, we're gonna go to commercial now, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I hold on?
Okay, so we're gonna go to commercial. We'll be right back with Brother Austin Stoker. Yeah, baby.
I'll be here.
Here is a well-documented fact. Humans spend approximately 33% of life in bed. That's a good reason to consider bringing your bed into the 21st century with Function All Linens. They'll change your bedtime forever. Designed for every kind of bedtime you can imagine, these fun and functional bed sheets have his and her side pockets that hold pretty much everything but the kitchen sink. The pockets allow you to have your cell phone, iPad, remotes, and anything else you need within your fingertips' reach at all times. No more cluttered nightstands. No more fumbling around in the dark. Simply reach for your pocket. Experience the affordable comfort and pure luxury that only Function All Linens can offer. For more information or to order, visit functionall-linens.com or beddazzle.com.
And we are back, folks, with Brother Austin Stoker from movies like Assault on Precinct 13, Abby, Sheba Baby, Return of the Planet of the Apes, Battle of the Planet of the Apes. Return of the Planet of the Apes was a TV series, wasn't it?
I think so. I did voice a couple of voices on the television version.
Yeah, you did the voice for Jeff Allen.
Either Jeff Allen or something. I don't remember exactly what the character was.
Yeah, it says it right over there. Now, tell us, a lot of people love, Assault on Precinct 13, that's like a classic of all classics. That was a John Carpenter's movie. And,
John Carpenter.
Yeah, John Carpenter, man. And Brother Austin is the main star of that movie. You carried that movie, from beginning to end. You carried that whole movie. And it's a great movie. And tell us a little bit, some of your memories of working on that movie. My best remembrance
of that movie is toward the end, we were doing a scene just before they try to come in, the bad guys try to come into the station and kill us all. And we're hiding behind this blockade that says support your local police, something like that. Mm-hmm. John and I are there and they're setting up the shot to do it. And I was very excited trying to, to figure out what is affecting my character at this point. I said something to John, what it was, and he says, I don't know what the hell it is you're doing, but I like it.
I don't know what the hell you're doing, but I like it, man. That's good.
But I like it.
As long as you like it doesn't matter what you're doing, man. That's the truth, as long as you like it.
So some months ago I saw him at a book signing. And I mentioned that, and he didn't remember. He said, vaguely, I remember that. Yeah, he said, I remember exactly that particular moment. I said, yeah, he said, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but I like it. That's
a scary movie, man. It's not a horror movie, but it's just as scary as a horror movie because it's like a different kind of scary,
I didn't realize how scary it was till I saw it.
Yeah.
Because how can you live through that? All these crazy, insane people coming after you to kill you.
Right. It's a scary. I don't know if Joanne ever seen the movie. They made a remake of it. The remake was really good too, but I always prefer the originals movies. They made a remake of Maniac recently. And there's more money involved and more production involved, but there's nothing like that 70s kind of atmosphere. That's the film, the way the film was made, the images, the looks, the hairstyles. You can't repeat that for some reason,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. The remake was a good movie, but I still like the first one better.
Yeah. The only thing that bothered me about the remake with what's his name? Who played the prisoner? Anyway, the thing that bothered me was the fact that because of the location, as they showed it in the film, it didn't seem that they would be in any trouble. There was no ice. They were not isolated somewhere, like in the original, you know.
Right.
And planes flying around, and very much into the heart of the city, and you can get help and assistance in a split second. Just get your phone and call, and somebody will be there.
Right.
In the original, it was really isolated.
Yes, there was no communication. There was no contact. There was no way of calling for help. You were stuck inside.
That's established in the very beginning, because you see my character going in the car to work, and then they send him to this place that is totally isolated, and he is in charge of that place for the day. And you look around, he's outside putting the sign up, and there's nobody around there. It's a very dead area. And then the place is attacked.
Yeah.
So
that's why it was so. It was. I'm sorry, guys. I thought you had stopped. I couldn't hear you for a second.
Well, I did stop for a minute. No, I was saying that when Carpenter set up his original version was that the location where the station is isolated.
Yeah. And it was a really scary atmosphere. It was late at dark. You guys looking out the windows. They're all hiding out in different spots. You didn't know if you could go out. And,
it was very creepy, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was like a horror movie. Almost, it reminds like those 70s movies, like The Warriors, same type of thing. Warriors was not a horror movie, but it was just scary because that same type of atmosphere. It's like all the gangs were after them. They had to get from the Bronx back to Coney Island, and this was your Assault on Precinct 13 was the same type of feeling of being stuck in some building in the police station there, and there was no way of getting any help or getting out, and it was great. It was a great movie. I could watch it any time, and the music is really good too.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that
John
guy.
Carpenter
What's his name?
Right?
The guy who
Carpenter wrote it, right?
Yeah, John Carpenter wrote it, right?
Yes.
And the music?
Beg your pardon?
He wrote the music as well, the soundtrack?
Yeah, his dad was a famous classical musician in Louisville, Kentucky.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Carpenter wrote the music himself.
Oh, wow.
They just released it. They released the soundtrack.
What, recently?
I think Robin told me that it was in October they released it. October or November they released the soundtrack.
No kidding. I got to check that out. I love the music in there.
You can research it. Death as a D-E-A-T-H, Death from Dying. Death Waltz Records, which is in London, England.
Oh yeah. Well, you figured, because London is good for stuff like that. I mean, London labels, they'll put out this, stuff that like here in New York, America, but in London, they'll put out stuff that's like rare like that, for a freaky soundtrack from a movie from the 70s, where major labels here, they won't do that. But in London, you'll find all cool stuff like that. They put stuff like that out,
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, London's always been like that. I mean, even years ago, they would sign bands with the music business that, in America or New York, they would like pass on them and they go to London and get signed because London was, they were like that,
The record company that released the soundtrack, they contacted me to have me write the liner notes for the album, which I did.
No kidding. How long ago was this?
How long ago was this? Last October, November. Yeah.
Well, that's wild. I had no idea.
They had a screening and everything, and I was at the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood here, and I was invited to be there to meet with the people, and I had to do a little speechifying for them and so on. Yeah. So I wrote the liner notes for the album.
That's wild. I would have never imagined that after all those years, a soundtrack comes out and they actually contact you to do liner notes.
Just recently, yeah.
That's amazing.
Robin, how long ago was that? When it did the liner notes? When did they call it?
That was earlier this year, but they released it in conjunction with the Blu-ray DVD of Assault, and then they released the soundtrack in close in proximity within the same few weeks as they released the DVD. So that was, then they had the showing and the Death Waltz records. They all came over from England, and remember, that's what that thing we did at the Egyptian Theater. It was really interesting because I've seen the movie like so many times, and each time we go someplace and they screen it, because they screen it at the Egyptian Theater in Hollywood on Hollywood Boulevard, and it's a fairly large theater which has been redone and is very historic. And each time they do it, usually when they start the movie, that's usually our cue to go out and get something to eat or something. But we find ourselves being drawn in, and we tend to watch the movie each time. And I'm always so fascinated by it. And each one of our, like my son, he's gone through that. And now our 8-year-old grandson, which is a little violent for him, but we figured he wouldn't even want to sit in the theater and watch it. He was glued, and he wouldn't even leave the theater. He was like, come on, there's some scenes that's a little bit violent. We don't want you to see it. He was like, no, I want to see Papa. I want to see my Papa. So we all sit and end up watching it each time. So it's just so fascinating to me that it tends to just hold up so well, and it has such a cult following. And we still get a lot of fan mail from Germany and Italy and stuff from fans and everything, and it's so interesting, and it's just so great that he was fortunate enough to be in a film that's held up, 30 years plus. It's just really fascinating,
Yeah, and exactly.
Wow.
I mean, that's from like, what was that? That was in the 70s. 71. I'm looking for it right now. I got you on IMDb here, and I'm losing myself. I'm scrolling down too fast, but I know it's the 70s. Salter Precinct 13. How come I'm lost over here? Am I going too fast? Well, it was the mid-70s, right?
Yes. And I got some mail right here and right now to send back to people in Germany.
Here it is, 1976.
76. Okay.
1976, and you're talking. Oh my God, that's like 40 years. How long? How much? About 40 years.
Yeah.
Close to 39 years.
Jesus Lord.
And it just came out on Blu-ray. Have you seen the Blu-ray copy that they? I have the original. I have it in my hand right now. Listen, see, I'm patting it. I have the original where it's this, it's the picture of the city and the tall guy, whoever that is, standing with the gun.
Do you have the Blu-ray copy?
I didn't get the Blu-ray. Did you guys get it?
Send you one.
Oh, will you?
I will. Give me your
address. Oh, man. Yeah, baby. That sounds great. I didn't know. Would you get a case of them? How is the quality of the Blu-ray? Did they make a big difference on it?
Hold on a second. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Have you watched the Blu-ray version of it? Did they make a big difference on the quality?
Very good.
I mean, there's some movies I've seen on Blu-ray that look phenomenal, and then there's some movies that they've taken from Blu-ray from the old days that didn't make that much of a difference. Like some of them, like Maniac, Joe Spinell's Maniac on Blu-ray didn't make that much of a difference. I heard they just came out with all the Bruce Lee ones as well on Blu-ray, and a friend of mine was telling me it looks a little bit better, but Assault on Precinct 13 looks really, really sharp.
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait to get it now. Yeah, definitely. As soon as I'll send you my address later. I was going to just go out and buy it, but being you send me one, that's even better. Yeah, baby. Hey, just saying yeah, baby, it sounds better with you on the show because your name is Austin. So even though you're not Austin Powers, you're Austin Stoker. But being I'm talking to the brother Austin, I could throw a few yeah babies in there. Yeah.
the interesting thing about the Blu-ray, they feature all of the actors, whoever they can find, of course.
Oh, and on the extra stuff?
Yeah, well, of course, Darwin Justin, no longer with us for quite a while now. The girl, she probably, I don't know, went off and became a mom and had some babies, and she gave up the business. The girl the one who gets killed, she still acts. I see her every once in a while. She was in the feature.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Now, what about the guy who always says, you got to smoke?
Oh, that's the one who died.
Oh,
no, that's
man, he died.
We were friends. As a matter of fact, I got to know John Carpenter through him because they were neighbors. We lived in the same apartment building.
Oh, wow. Wow. So what year did he die, that guy?
I don't remember what year it was.
Yeah. Oh, that's a drag. And the girl was still acting, though. What was her name? I don't even know her name.
John
very cute girl.
Seen me in the Planet of the Apes movie and wanted me for the movie. As it turned out, this guy knew me because we were in a workshop together. And she was trying to find me, and one of his neighbors knows exactly where to find me. That's how it turned out.
That's amazing, huh? You hear these wild stories about, I would never known that guy was, friends with John Carpenter, and they were, like, in the same building, you said?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how friendly they were, but they lived in the same building.
Yeah, in the same building.
Yeah, when I met with John Carpenter, I had a meeting with him at lunch about the movie, and I said, do you want me to read? He said, no, I don't want you to read. I see.
Yeah, I mean, you got the part already. I've seen you act. You got the part, brother.
He had seen me in the Apes movie, wanted to get in touch with me. And this guy, Darwin Justin, just happened to know. Because Darwin and I were very good friends. I cried when he died. He was such a nice guy. He had a wife and a kid, Just wasn't healthy. Looked great, but wasn't healthy.
Yeah. Yeah, he had that kind of...
brain tumor.
He had his hairstyle like Elvis, a little like a Elvis Presley kind of hairstyle. And he kind of reminded me of, he could have been in West Side Story, that guy. He had that look.
I think, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Robin had a crush on him.
Oh, boy. Yeah, but you know what? She ended up with you, bro. You got Brother Austin there, Robin.
Yeah, I guess I got the prize, huh?
Yeah, I tell my wife all the time. My wife says she wanted to, she was going to marry Rick Springfield, but I said, hey, you ended up with the mayor of rock and roll instead. That's even better.
Much better. She got a much better deal with you than Rick Springfield. He looks. Actually, no, I shouldn't say
Rick Springfield.
We are on the air, but I'll just say this: he didn't age as well as you are, so don't worry about it.
First of all, Rick Springfield, he's not Italian. Come on.
Well, all the girls wanted to marry Rick Springfield back in the 80s,
Yeah, I got to send you a picture of my dad sometime. He's a real Italian.
Real paisan, huh?
Oh, yes.
That's amazing. Now, you know what I got in my hand right now?
What?
Here's another classic. I love this artwork. I could look at this all day long. Abby, the movie Abby.
Abby, oh my goodness.
I got it right in my hand. Collector's edition. Abby doesn't need a man anymore. The devil is her lover now. And it says Abby. It's the story of a woman possessed. Now the guy who played the Blackula man is in this movie with you.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
William Marshall, a dear friend of mine.
Yeah.
William Marshall.
Now, this is a good movie, man. A good horror movie. I like this movie. Tell us a little bit about some of your memories on this movie as well.
William Marshall, you know what one of his favorite foods was? Deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs, yeah?
One day Robin went and made him a whole dozen of deviled eggs.
That's because he had the devil in him, because he played Blackula. Then he did this movie Abby with you.
We had a picnic in the park one time, and Robin made this big pile of deviled eggs and brought just for him. And it was like a child with a toy. He took it and carried it away like he didn't want anybody else to be involved. Deviled eggs. He was so happy.
Yeah, this is a great movie, man. I like this movie. And these other guys on here, you got her husband, her brother. Oh, you played the brother in the movie. That's right.
Yes, the brother of the girl. I see her every once in a while. But you've seen her too at the autograph signings. Oh,
she's been to the conventions?
A couple of those. Yeah, she was there. Carol Speed.
And I probably didn't even realize it. Now that you say it, I'm looking at the picture on the back of the DVD, and I think I do. But she's much older now, and I do remember seeing her over there. but at the time I didn't realize who it was. That happened to me with quite a few people at those conventions, you know?
Yeah.
I met people, and then I never knew who they were, and then all of a sudden I start seeing them in all these movies, you know? This was a good horror movie. I enjoyed this one a lot. Then Sheba Baby I got right over here, too. Sheba Baby is a very well-made movie, and I like this a lot. And you were great in this. I love your image in here. This is
you know who else was in Abby that is quite well known from television and everything? Dear friend of mine, Terry Carter.
Okay, wait a minute. I know the name. I can't picture the face. What's the name again?
Terry Carter.
Terry Carter. Okay, I got to look that up because I can't picture the person's face.
He knew exactly who he was. To begin with, he was a regular on McLeod, and every scene you would see him standing right over the left shoulder of what's his name, of Dennis Weaver, and he was the black detective in McLeod.
Okay, yes, I do remember him now. The McLeod was a show from the 70s as well, right?
Yeah, and then he became one of the stars of Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, you were in McLeod. You were in that series. You 1974. You did that.
I may have done one or two, but I was never in it as a regular. No.
You played Gene Parson, or Pearson?
Who was that? Would that be what?
That's the character you play, the McLeod.
Oh, really? It says that? Well,
it says McLeod TV series that you played Gene Person, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because I come up with sometimes on the internet I see things in some of those shows. I don't remember doing them because, at the time you go from one to the next and you forget, what it was.
Yeah. Well, you did Kojak right after that as well. You played Detective Douglas on Kojak.
Yeah. It reminded me that recently we saw that. Detective, what's the name? Detective what?
Douglas, you played.
Douglas, yes.
Detective Douglas, 1974. You did a lot in 74. You did McLeod, Kojak, Chopper 1, Horror High.
The TV station called what? Me TV, like METV. They show all of that stuff.
Really?
Yep. You could sit all day and watch.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You can sit all day or at nighttime, I guess, and watch it or TiVo it,
Yeah. 74 was one of your busiest. I mean, you've done a lot of movies, but 74 you did a lot in 1 year, man. In 1 year you did McLeod, you did Kojak, you did Chopper 1, the movie Horror High, the Get Man? The Get Man? No, I don't know that one. You played Frank Savage in The Get Man.
He was in the kitchen going, yeah, I saw that one.
Airport 75.
Airport 75.
And Abby. So you did, in 1974, you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 projects.
And don't forget Roots.
You were in Roots in 74?
Yes, and of course we met Alex Haley, and I have his book right here where he says, I'll read it to you. I just pulled a copy off my bookcase. It says, Austin, are you there?
Yeah.
It says, October 3rd, 1976, Austin Stoker, talented brother. Kunta's family extends our very warm best for your portrayal of my great-uncle Virgil. Most sincerely, Alex Haley.
Wow. And I'm looking on the... Go ahead.
A huge honor to play that role.
Yeah, I'm sure, I bet. But I wonder why it's not on IMDb.
What's that?
I'm wondering why
IMDb?
that's not... Yeah, I'm on IMDb right now, and I wonder why it's not showing that in 74.
The Roots thing is not showing on there?
Yeah, they must have... Maybe they put it on a different... Oh, Roots? It shows here. Roots. Okay, here we go. Roots TV miniseries, 1977.
That's the one.
So you did that in 77, not in 74.
Oh, in 70, but when he wrote the thing to me in the book, it's dated October 3rd, 1976.
Ah, okay.
We were filming it at the time.
All
That's
right.
when he was actually the show.
Oh, yeah, no, it's here. It's definitely here. I was just thought that you said that it was done in 1974 with all the other ones.
No, 76.
That's okay. That's what happened there. Well, I can't believe. Look at this. This show is flew by. It's 9:55. We got 5 minutes. I can't believe that this hour just flew by. You know, and we didn't even make a dent.
That's because we were enjoying each other.
Yeah.
When do you want to do this again?
Whenever you want, man. The Sal Sirchia show is here to
I'm
stay,
ready,
brother. At any time you want to do another show, you just let me know, and we'll promote you like crazy. I mean, I know you and Robert were probably saying Sal is a maniac. I mean, I would go on Facebook like every hour. Every hour I'd go back to Facebook and make sure I put some picture of you up from one of your movies, saying to get ready for the show. But that's, you know, the way to promote it and get 13,000 people to tune in, you know.
Yeah, it's been great. I've been really enjoying it, Sal. You really, pulled out all the stops. It was really great.
Yeah. Were you surprised with some of those pictures? You're probably wondering where I'm getting all the pictures from.
I was totally flabbergasted because a couple of them I've never seen. And, you know, Austin is not one. He knows nothing about his stuff. He does the work, and then he moves on. So I've been, over the years trying to,
I just come hand her the check and walk away.
That's right.
That's right. Give her the check, man. That's it. That's all you got to do. You know where, if you want to look for pictures of yourself, Austin and Robin, just go to Google, put in your name, and then click on images.
Yes, I've done that before. I've done that before. You know, it's I try to gather all that stuff for posterity and for our son and our grandson, so that because Austin, it's not the same impact on him as it is on us, because to him it's a job. He does a job and we move on to the next job. So it's usually kind of my job to try to go through and gather as much as I possibly can to just to hold it and preserve those memories for his children and grandchildren to come. So that's why I kind of take up that that cause, so to speak.
It's true what you said about when you first get into acting, it's very exciting. You can't believe you're doing it, and you can't wait to see it and all that kind of stuff. But when you're doing it, it just becomes, like you said, it's another job, and you move on. And so many actors I know. I remember Joe Spinell. He was in 155 movies, and he said, "I don't own one video of any movie I'm in." He goes, "I don't care about seeing that. So I do it. It's my job. I get paid." And I said, "Yeah, but don't you like to at least watch the movie?" Or
I've gathered everything, even articles and posters and things, because when I met Austin, he hadn't even seen barely anything he'd ever done. And I've actually, because he said he can't, it makes him, he's uncomfortable watching himself. So he rarely, anything I've made him watch it. Come look at this,
Yeah. And tomorrow, guys, I'll let you know. Joanne usually lets me know tomorrow, like 10 in the morning. We know how many people were tuned in because there's a printout of it on the computer, and it shows you how many people were actually tuned in live. But after the show, you can listen to the show. After we finish in 2 minutes, you could click on that link, and you'll be able to hear the show, and it's on the internet forever. So we'll put that on your wall. But tomorrow morning, Joanne will be sending me the amount of people that were tuned in listening to you, and I'll send you that. And some nights are 10,000, some nights are 5,000, some nights are 3,000, some nights are 13,000, depending on what's going on. I mean, I had a few week Sundays there where, the Oscars and then the Grammys and then the premiere of The Walking Dead and then the Beatles' 50th anniversary. So they were all on at the same time my show was on. So I kind of it kind of hurt me a little bit. Not bad. It always goes into the thousands, no matter what. But it's nice to get like the big numbers,
Yeah, or if there's nothing, politically interesting or dangerous going on,
Exactly.
Like the missing
plane. All right,
so
we're gonna wrap this up because we got 1 minute, and before you know, it's gonna end any second. So, and Austin, anybody you want to give any shout outs to anybody, or you want anybody to contact you for any movies? You want to leave any information? That's up to you.
Yes, my family and Robin's family in New York, and just tell them to continue to support the arts.
That's it. All right, Joanne. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. We got 30 seconds. Thank you, Austin, baby. Thank you, Robin. You guys are the best. I love you both.
Same here.
We've got to do it again real soon.
Okay, see you soon, Sal. I love you, too.
Okay.
All right.
All right, cheers,
Thank you for listening. This has been a Mathis Media Hub production.